you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Who's going to use that at their next staff meeting Monday? All right. We're going to go ahead and get started with the presentation of awards. I would like to take a quick opportunity to recognize the Chamber Board of Directors. Thank you for helping the Chamber continue to grow and thrive. Our current board consists of 5 members. We have Mr. Bill Hoover of Hoover Enterprises with us here this evening. Marissa Vanderwyk with the Holiday Inn Express. For those of you that don't know, I have to say formerly of the Holiday Inn Express Port Hueneme, because her management company, Brighton Management, has provided her with an opportunity to advance her career. So sadly, while she is not daily in Port Hueneme, she is still within the larger community and area at the Courtyard Marriott in Oxnard, but still an active member of the Chamber of Commerce. Will Burr with the Port of Hueneme. And 2 of our members that are unfortunately not able to be here with us this evening, Ms. Jessica Reynoso from Ventura County Credit Union and Mr. Ron Qualls. For those of you that aren't familiar, being a board member is a volunteer position, but it's a vital part of what keeps the Chamber going. These individuals not only help me do my job on a daily basis, but they also are representative of the business community. So my extended thank yous to them again for the support that you have lended me throughout the past year, and I look forward to continuing working with you as we move into 2015. Sadly, because of tenure and other commitments and changing of jobs, we do have board members that decide they no longer can participate. And we're very honored this evening to have with us former chair of the board, Mr. Armando Casillas. And it's at this time that I'd like to ask Armando to come up so that we can present him with his service award.
All right.
So we've tried to just keep things a little bit unique and different here in Hueneme. So on behalf of the Hueneme Chamber of Commerce, I would like to present you with a commemorative 75th anniversary bottle of wine. So enjoy.
Tony, the wine.
Thank you.
And thank you to Mr. Valenti and Herzog Winery for helping us with the wine donation, and to Hueneme of Chamber of Commerce Glasses celebrating 75 years of business and community.
Sure. I just want to say again, I do miss the board, and I miss everyone here. It's a great community. I think everyone's very, as we were talking about earlier, very tight knit, and it feels like home here. And so I was very fortunate to be on the board and be the chairman of the board, and it was a great experience for me. And I just want to say thank you.
We had 2 other board members who also finished their tenure with the Board of Directors last year, Mr. Chuck Morgan and Mr. Kevin Brandon, who unfortunately could not be here with us this evening to celebrate, but we will certainly be passing on their service awards to them. If I could ask the elected officials who are presenting certificates to please come up to the front and form the line, receiving line. And I promise, guys, we will try to make this as ceremonious yet as quick as possible. Will sent me an email. He goes, "Is this thing really going to 11 p.m.? I'm like, "No, but we had the room to 11 p.m. and I wasn't sure what the night would have planned." So you never know. I'm sure if people want to stay and drink, they will facilitate us.
I put them all in order. Thank you.
You're going to do that, please. You're good for that.
Oh, no, Tony.
Yeah. Joe, you're a good Facebook.
Hey, you two, no fighting over there, okay?
What two is that?
Pick two, any two. All right.
We rehearsed this, President.
So in honoring the community leaders that we have in Port Hueneme, we certainly feel it appropriate to recognize some of our military personnel who go above and beyond the call of duty. And this evening we're honored to have here with us tonight CM1 James T. Eaton. Petty Officer Eaton is a shining example of an accomplished sailor. His leadership, drive, and devotion towards growth of our sailors and airmen are exceptional, and his dedication to educating and training our future military leaders has immensely contributed to the readiness of the Navy and the Air Force. I'm not going to read everybody's bio verbatim because you have it printed in front of you, but I do want to take an opportunity to share with you some personal experience that I've had with Petty Officer Eaton. In some of my other ancillary responsibilities and volunteer efforts in the community, I partner with the Relay for Life in the city of Port Hueneme. I also have worked with the city on something that they have put out to be a reach out to the community to help clean our parks. And in working with a past city employee, Ron Norton, we developed a cleanup day in the creek. And when I put the call out through Naval Base Ventura County, Petty Officer Eaton came out on that a couple weeks ago and helped us get down in the creek and cut back the weeds that I heard had not been cut in probably about, and I shouldn't say weeds when you think about weeds, I should probably say reeds that were towering 3 and 4 feet over our heads. It was a day where a lot of people got to get out and play in the mud like they were kids, but it wasn't all fun and games, it was some serious work. And for somebody who maybe not hails from here, he came out and gave it the best dedication and effort that I would not expect from somebody who didn't grow up playing in that creek like I did. So we're honored tonight to recognize Petty Officer Eaton for his achievements in being recognized as the 2014 Military Person of the Year from Naval Base Ventura County, Port Hueneme.
I'd just like to say thank you to Tracy and the Port Hueneme Chamber of Commerce, and to my wife for putting up with me and all the volunteer hours that I put out there. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Naval Base Ventura County is not just in the city of Port Hueneme. In the unincorporated portion of Ventura County lies the well-known Point Mugu Naval Air Station. And we are honored to also recognize another sailor, LS1 Jose E. Campos Flores. Petty Officer Campos Flores is a native of San Salvador, El Salvador. He graduated from Glendale High School in June of 1996 and entered the U.S. Navy in February of 1999, where he completed his basic training at Recruit Training Command, Great Lakes, Illinois. He's currently the Airborne Threat Simulation Detachment Leading Petty Officer, responsible for 10 personnel in the performance of maintenance, deployment, and operation of 48 Airborne Threat Simulation pods in support of the Pacific Fleet, joint and coalition training exercises. His steadfast dedication and unwavering performance led to his selection as the VX-30 2014 Sailor of the Year of the Sailor of the Quarter and 2014 VX-30 Senior Sailor of the Year, 2014 NOC Weapons Senior Sailor of the Year, and 2014 Naval Air Senior Sailor of the Year. And I think there's another accolade that we need to add on to that, and maybe Master Chief Trent can correct me if I'm wrong, but he was also selected as Region Sailor of the Year. correct? No.
Air.
Air Sailor of the Year. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for correcting. I stand corrected. Thank you. Thank you, Master Chief. Petty Officer Campos Flores, please come forward.
Thank you very much. Real quick, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for this unique experience. It's probably something that will happen only once in my lifetime. So I'd like to thank my wife, my chain of command for giving me the support. Thank you very much.
Next, we'd like to recognize firefighter and paramedic Lucas Beller. Lucas Beller has been employed with Ventura County for 3 years and currently works at Fire Station 28 in the city of Piru. Serving as a dual-function firefighter and paramedic, he's part of the Ventura County Fire Department Hazmat Team, RIC cadre, PPE cadre, Mentor cadre, and was the cadre leader of the Outlook Communication cadre in January 14. What struck me interesting in reading Petty Officer Beller's bio that he submitted was his true sense of the joy of what he does in helping others. And I think that is one of the things that truly makes a great community leader, is that they realize that the importance of being that support system for other people and being able to reach out and help people no matter what the cost is. Firefighter Beller, we're pleasure to be able to honor you this evening. Please come forward.
It's truly an honor to be here, and I'm humbled and very appreciative of this award, and I do thank you guys for this. Thank you.
More gifts. Didn't think about getting my exercise tonight, did I? Unfortunately, firefighter Miguel Espinoza from Naval Base Ventura County is not able to be here with us this evening, but we will certainly be passing on his awards and accolades to him through his chain of command. Our 2014 Educator of the Year is Mrs. Margaret Sofer. Mrs. Sofer teaches at Richard Bard Elementary School, and we also had the opportunity to recognize Mrs. Sofer recently as the Teacher of the Month through our district-wide Teacher of the Month recognition program in partnership with the Wainimi Elementary School District. And in speaking with Dr. Dannenberg, it was, I'd like to explain the process a little bit for you to appreciate the comment I'm trying to make. We ask each of the principals at the schools to choose their Teacher of the Month. And then from the Teacher of the Month selections, Dr. Dannenberg, along with the assistance of his assistant superintendents, then choose the Educator of the Year to be recognized here at this event. And Dr. Dannenberg was sharing with me that he has known Margaret for quite a while, and he and his wife Melinda have become very good friends with Margaret. So he actually kind of took a step back and recused himself, but when he looked to his assistant superintendents to help him make this selection, they hands down said Margaret was the Educator of the Year. And that speaks volumes whenever you have a group of people that really haven't even conferred when they see a name on a page, that they know instantly that that's the right person to recognize for their accolades. I don't know if you knew that story, but it was touching to me when you told me in the courtyard a few weeks ago, and I wanted to share it with you this evening. Being a teacher in this school district, in a school district that I came through, it's an honor for me to be able to say thank you. When I look at the tenure of service that you've put in, I didn't have the opportunity to come through your school or through your teachings, but I can tell you that seeing the looks on the kids' faces when you were announced and being announced as Educator of the Year, you're doing the right things, and thank you for everything you're doing for our community.
Surprise! Thank you, Chamber, for this award. This is like the Oscars to me, so thank you very much. I became an educator because of my dad, and I adored my dad, and he taught for 30 years. And so I became a teacher because of him. You know, you want to be like the one that you adore. And now my son is becoming a teacher as well, so he's following in our footsteps. So it's been a great career. And I just want to say thank you to all the people at that table. They've taught me everything I know. They're wonderful. And to my husband, thank you for putting up with all the years I have spent at school. So thank you.
Next, we'd like to recognize Senior Officer Ryan Bates, the 2014 recipient of Police Officer of the Year. Senior Officer Bates has been a police officer with the Port Hueneme Police Department for nearly 14 years. During his career with our department, he's been assigned to investigations for 2 years, K-9 for 7 years, and was assigned as a motor officer for 2 years, overseeing all traffic-related matters. Senior Officer Bates is a certified instructor in standard field sobriety, advanced roadside impairment, and the drug recognition expert course. He's an excellent leader and demonstrates this several times, and demonstrated this several times in taking an idea and building it from the planning stage through logistics and personnel to successful completion. I have a couple of personal stories with Senior Officer Bates, one of which I will share, one of which I will not. And my record is clean, just so you all know. But no, a few weeks ago after City Council meeting, or during a City Council meeting, there were several citizens who came to speak praises of Senior Officer Bates. And I know you were not there this evening, but several members of the Harbor Lights community came to say their thanks to Council for the work that you had done in helping with an issue that was going on in that community. And it was shortly after we had received your selection, and it did me a great honor to be able to walk up to them afterwards and let them know that the officer that they were coming in just out of the goodness of their heart to thank was somebody that was recognized amongst his peers as a Police Officer of the Year. So thank you for your service to our city, Ryan. Again, you know what I'm talking about. I appreciate it.
Big thanks to my wife for putting up with me gone all those late nights and graveyard shifts. So I love you.
Few words. Thank you.
Technology getting the best of me. The 2014 recipient for the City Employee of the Year is Miss Yvonne Gonzalez. Unfortunately, Ms. Gonzalez was not able to be here with us this evening. So I do want to take a quick opportunity just to read a couple of the accolades that she was recognized for in receiving this award. Yvonne began her career in 1997 as a utility account clerk in the finance department. She was soon advanced to Public Works Service Assistant position, followed by a promotion to the Community Development Department as a technician and specialist in 2000, or technician in 2000 and specialist in 2008. As a community development specialist, Yvonne is involved in a wide range of technical and administrative duties involving planning and zoning, building and safety, neighborhood prevention, code compliance, parking enforcement, and special community projects. She dedicates several volunteer hours every year and has been instrumental in bringing the Santa float to the city neighborhoods and Naval Base for the past 15 years. It's a huge undertaking to ready the float, assemble the escort vehicles, and advertise the event while also conducting the cast of elves, helpers, drivers, and other logistics, and making sure everyone is warm, happy, full, and ready for Santa over 4 nights in December. Yvonne has also found time to participate in the city's employee appreciation event that recognizes city employees and volunteers with entertainment, food, and prizes. One of the less recognized acts that Yvonne performs is her involvement with various student interns and volunteers that have served the city. Not only does she mentor interns and guide them on with good work habits, but Yvonne also keeps abreast of each intern's achievements as they leave the city, supporting them as they advance their personal life and skill careers. It's always fun to grow up in a place and run into people that you went to school with. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to date myself, but Yvonne and I went to high school together. And while we didn't run in the same circles, I know we probably share the same joy in seeing each other's mutual success in the town that we grew up in and the place that we call home. Receiving her award tonight will be Ms. Cynthia Haas, City Manager. The problem with Crystal Awards is you can't see what you're reaching for. Thank you.
Well, I know that Yvonne would have loved to have been here tonight, and unfortunately she could not. But I know she would thank the Chamber for recognizing all her efforts. She's a lovely person, and if you come into City Hall and come in through the front doors, she's probably one of the 2 faces you're going to see smiling back at you. And on behalf of the city and the City Council, I would like to thank the Chamber for recognizing our employees, both Officer Bates and Ms. Gonzalez. So thank you so much for the award.
I'll get it. Thank you. Sorry. The 2014 Business of the Year is Ventura County Credit Union. Ventura County Credit Union is also celebrating their 65th anniversary right alongside the Chamber celebrating its 75th anniversary. So it's kind of simpatico, for lack of a better word, that we get to have the opportunity to recognize them in a milestone in their existence as we recognize one in ours. And I have to say, Ventura County Credit Union has only been in our community just about 18 months, and their impact has been felt from the get-go. Opening the Port Hueneme branch recognized them increasing to 6 branches across the county. They were quick partners to come in and support our community events, such as the Hueneme Beach Festival and the Banana Festival. They were the first to raise their hand to be a supporting sponsor for the Chamber's holiday event when we brought back the tree lighting in Port Hueneme, and we're proud to continue to partner with them as we continue to grow in our city. Tonight, receiving the award for Ventura County Credit Union is Jesse Zamora.
It's truly an honor, and on behalf of all our senior management team, we're really grateful. It's been a year and a half since we got to Port Hueneme, and this award really belongs to everybody in Port Hueneme, everybody in the Chamber, all our members in Port Hueneme and throughout, and everybody that's here today, because you guys have just been so receptive, opened your doors to allow another financial institution in this small town. So we loved being here, and our success has been great. Our membership growth has just been growing every day, and here with us today is also Nicholas Lopez, who works at the Port Hueneme branch. So he's been doing a lot of great work, so we deserve a round of applause. But thank you. We're really humbled and honored to receive this award, and this award belongs to everybody.
So the city of Port Hueneme, 22,000, 24,000, depending upon which census data you get. And I still can't figure out, can't get anybody to tell me, does that include Naval Base Ventura County or does it not include Naval Base Ventura County? Yes, okay, good. An official answer. And in that citizenship, we have several past recipients of the Citizen of the Year in the room here with us this evening. And I would like for all of the people who have previously received Citizen of the Year to please stand up and be recognized at this time. And this evening, we have the opportunity to add yet another name to that list, to the growing list of citizens whose contributions have made an impact to the city of Port Hueneme. It is our honor to recognize Will Berg Jr. as the 2014 Citizen of the Year. Will is a third-generation Oxnard native who spent 2 years in South Korea with the United States Peace Corps, holds a MA degree from Monterey Institute of International Studies, and speaks Mandarin Chinese. Although, I have to say, I have not heard you speak a word.
He does.
He does.
I'm sure he does. And Will's contributions to the city come in many forms. Being a resident, he serves on many homeowners association boards. He's on my chamber board. He's part of the greater vastness of our Ventura County area, also serving with the Oxnard Chamber, serving on the Workforce Investment Board, partners with the Education Coalition on bringing the Trade Development Program into the port, working with the Link Learning Alliance. Just somebody who has gone above and beyond to help cultivate the next generation of business and community in Port Hueneme. And it's our honor tonight to recognize Will Berg Jr. as a 2014. You're welcome. Would you like to say a few words? Just a couple.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank Tony Vellante for nominating me for this honor, and I appreciate that. Third time's a charm, Tony.
Right.
Appreciate that very much. Second, I'd like to recognize all the people that I work with, because this is an award that is really it's a group effort. I've learned by watching my own board of commissioners, for example. I see Arlene Frazier, Navy League. I see her down at the Maritime Museum. I watch Marianne Rooney with the linked learning efforts and attending meetings with the RDP 21, reaching out to the military community. And for the last 15 years, I've watched Commissioner Jess Herrera fight and struggle and do everything possible to promote Navy Base Ventura County and the partnership between the port and the Navy base, making it stronger than it's ever been before.
Yay,
and I've been watching for a long time. But it's like I say, a community effort. I've watched my own executive director and CEO, Kristen Dekas, with EDC-VC. I've watched her with Visita and other community organizations that are striving to create more business and make the businesses we have here stronger and better. And I've never once been at a loss to have to stay at the office and not go to a meeting. I have people that are behind me all the time. Christina Birdsey was just here. Sandra, Andrew, John, and all the people that have come here tonight from the office to support me. They're there every day of the week to support me. It's not easy getting out of the office. You all know sometimes you can't get away. I've got a great team behind me that just makes it all so much more special. And finally, I have to thank Becky, my wife. None of this is possible without her. She's my support. She's my confidant. She's my everything in life. So, Becky, thank you for what you've done for me.
Oh, yes.
I have a resolution on behalf of the Board of Supervisors that has a lot of the whereases that have been mentioned already that talk about the skill sets and the experience and the passion that Will Berg Jr. brings to his job, his years of service to this job, and his connectedness with the community that really has built the relationships and the appreciation for both the goals and the mission of the port, but how they are so entwined so very much with the community and with the county of Ventura and the great value that that brings to our county. And Will is the go-to guy. He is everywhere. It's been mentioned that I am everywhere, but Will is right everywhere there too. So on behalf of the board, we thank you for that passion.
Thank you.
And before we go ahead and present our last award for the evening, I do want to take a quick opportunity to recognize our sponsors and our donors this evening, who without their contributions this night would not have been possible. So thank you again to the Port of Hueneme and to KADYTV.com, our sponsors. Thank you to our donors, the California Strawberry Festival, Dr. Don Steensma, the Holiday Inn Express, Channel Islands Sport Fishing, Ventura County Supervisor Kathy Long, Wallenius Williamson Logistics, the American Cancer Society, Impression Gifts and Engraving, Herzog Winery, Soft Touch Photography, Ms. Francine Castanon, Independent Mary Kay Consultant, Suzanne Chablome, Damsel in Defense, Tom and Tama Fig, Tony and Barbara Volanti, Plaza Liquor, and an extra special shout out to Aswell Trophy, who did bring Oscar in the entryway, please, for this is a night of awards. So if you've not stopped to take your selfie and or a portrait with Oscar, we encourage you to do that before he is carted off for the evening. My extra special thanks to a few people who have not only helped me put this together, but have also put up with me over the past, particularly 72 hours as I've continued to make strides to getting through this evening. Thea Schroeder from Aswell Trophy, thank you for your patience with the revisions to making sure the awards were perfect. To Jessica Mayhew, the Director of Catering here at the Bard Mansion, and her staff, who take care of me with all of my last-minute changes and requests. Marissa Vanderwick and Suzanne Chablome for coming in tonight and helping with check-in process. Bob Allen, again, thank you from KADYTV.com for helping us share the events throughout the county. So while I know we're not streaming live, please tell all your friends they can watch this at any time they want and listen to me stumble over my words. And then another special shout out to Don Griffaw and my good friend Kim Reinhardt, who couldn't be here with us this evening, for helping me with designing and putting together table decorations and stacking cupcakes and proofreading of programs. And so if anything's wrong, you can blame Don for that. But no, sincerely, thank you everyone for the time and energy that you've put into helping make this dinner and this night a success for everyone that's here with us. So our last award this evening is our annual Chairman's Award. And normally this award is kept secret, but I knew that if I didn't check with the boss of the boss, that it may not happen. So we're honored tonight to recognize Captain Larry Vasquez from Naval Base Ventura County is the 2014 Chairman's Award recipient. We are so sad to see Captain Vasquez transfer, but we know that everything must come to an end. And in the Navy, being a military brat myself, you know, the time comes when it's time to pack up your bags and move on somewhere else. And Wainimi's loss is Italy's gain, that's for sure. I just want to share with you a couple of the achievements and accolades that Naval Base Ventura County and Captain Vasquez have received since he's been here. Naval Base Ventura County became the first and to date only military installation to operate manned and unmanned systems in the FAA-controlled airspace. Naval Base Ventura County was also the only Navy installation tapped to support the Department of Health and Human Services mission to house and process unaccompanied minors apprehended crossing the border into the United States illegally. In 10 weeks, Naval Base Ventura County Center processed over 1,550 children. During the spring fire of May of 2013, Captain Vasquez's leadership enabled joint city, county, federal response to the fast-moving blaze which threatened homes, California State University Channel Islands, and valuable military assets near the Pacific Coast Highway in Ventura County. Captain Vasquez has been a staunch supporter of the community engagement, personally participating in over 250 public meetings and hosting tours, receptions, and events to bring better understanding of the Navy's mission and better collaboration among community partners, including government organizations, schools, and business entities. Again, Captain Vasquez, we are so sad to see you transfer. It's my honor to recognize you tonight, and thank you for allowing the Chamber to say thank you for the contributions that you've made to our community. You've left a legacy here that I hope your predecessor knows that successor, thank you, knows what he's getting into in dealing with the little town of Port Hueneme. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Since I am the last award of the evening, kind of like the Oscars, I'm hearing the music in my head. But I want to thank the Port Hueneme Chamber of Commerce for this recognition. And like a lot of the recipients here tonight, it really is a team effort. And for Team Vasquez, that includes my wife, Nancy, who's the center of our family. So thank you for enduring the moves, and we're on to move number 12. So that takes a special kind of lady to endure this military crazy life, so thank you for that. And then I want you all to know we've got an incredible team here at Naval Base Ventura County. From everybody on my staff to the 80 tenant commands, sailors, families, dedicated civilians, they all call Port Hueneme home. They all call Naval Base Ventura County home. There's a reason why so many sailors, and I've met several, who come here and never leave. I met a CB senior chief in the galley over a year ago. We started chatting, and he said, "Sir, I've never left. I don't intend to leave." And it really is because of all of the support and love that you provide to our sailors and their families. I can talk about almost every organization in Port Hueneme, and you all of you support our sailors and their families, and you can't say that about every town. A lot of you know about some of the stories in Norfolk about sailors, and you know where they had the sign, "Sailors and dogs keep off the lawn," you know, years ago. Certainly not the case here. Since 1942, you've been hosting our sailors and their families, and you're one of the most desired Navy assignments across our Navy today. So I'm going to be sad. I am sad to be leaving. We hope to come back someday and share some additional time with so many familiar faces, and a lot of you I know will be lifelong friends. So thank you very, very much for this.
And if I could ask the Board of Directors to please come forward this time. Marissa, Bill, Will. Wilbur. Wilbur.
Junior.
Oh, Junior.
I had the junior on.
Well, this is the part of the evening where it kind of feels a titch awkward, but I wanted to bring the Board of Directors up this evening because I know that we've had some of our elected officials bring proclamations. So if the elected officials would like to go ahead and make those presentations at this time. This is the very awkward part.
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra, and I'm here on behalf of Congresswoman Julia Brownlee. And I won't take up too much time and read everything that's on this congressional record, but I do want to say that the Port Hueneme Chamber of Commerce does such a great job of really including everyone in the community. Like Tracy said earlier, it's really about the community and business. So on behalf of Congresswoman Julia Brownlee, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for the partnership that you have with so many businesses, so many community members, and also our office. So thank you for everything, and congratulations.
The chamber here in Port Hueneme is older than the city itself, and it's been, it has laid a foundation for what it would become and continues to do. The chamber is helping to grow Hueneme in ways that no one ever would have thought, and we're all so lucky to have such a talented group of people that have decided to dedicate their lives to this, and they've really improved it. And on behalf of Assemblymember Jackie Irwin, I wanted to say thank you and congratulations on 75 years.
On behalf of the city of Port Hueneme, it's my pleasure to congratulate the Chamber for 75 years making this mark. Although they predate the city in terms of the charter of the city, Port Hueneme, and it was started as the township of Hueneme, was one of the 3 cities founded within the county of Ventura when that was all done back in the late 1800s. And so with this, it's a proclamation on behalf of the city of Port Hueneme and the city council, and onward and forward for the next 75. Thank you.
Resolution on behalf of the entire Board of Supervisors to recognize the 75th anniversary of the Chamber of Commerce and to congratulate you. 75 whereases, some I won't read them all. It does speak to what the Chamber has been able to accomplish over 75 years. One is just the fortitude, the tenacity, and the commitment to keep operating as a chamber, to keep representing business, to be that voice for business, and to be connected to the community so that the community appreciates what a small business person does when they open their doors, and to value what it means to be a part of a community. And the Chamber for 75 years has accomplished that and done so with great passion and commitment. And that speaks volumes. It's not easy to do. but it is important to do. And on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, we thank you for staying with that commitment and passion.
Hello, everybody. My name is Stanley Tankoff, and I'm here on behalf of Senator Hannibal Jackson. And on behalf of the Senator and the state of California, I'd really like to thank you for cultivating the healthy relationships and helping build such a vibrant, strong community that's really a wonderful place to live for everybody that's here. So thank you, and happy 75th birthday.
I would read some of it to you, but I forgot my glasses. But I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for being a driving force since 1948 when you helped to incorporate the city of Port Hueneme. And ever since then, I know it's not always been easy with membership and all the duties that the Chamber has had to do, but I want to thank the Board of Directors. On behalf of my fellow commissioners that are here this evening, Mary Ann Rooney, Arlene Frazier, and I think that's it. And me, Jess Herrera, I want to congratulate you and want to continue working with this partnership that we've had so many years.
Yes. All right. That concludes our program for this evening. And thank you again, everybody, so much for taking the time out of your busy lives to come and share a meal, share some laughs, tell some stories. When this event first came along, I thought, gosh, I work in a museum full of stuff. And I looked and I went, oh my gosh, to try to go through this and pick out the moments that would be worth sharing was a daunting task. So this is my unofficial and official plug to come down to the museum and check out the history, the rich history that we have from the Bard to the early Hueneme days, to some new things, the Dorothy's Doll collection, and I know the museum is working on new exhibits that's going to be coming forward in the next few months. But that's where all the treasures are, those where all the memories are, and we actually have pictures of former council members with a lot more hair, Tony. That was said with a lot of love. But again, thank you all for coming this evening. I hope you had a great time. It was my pleasure to get to meet everyone. And please have a blessed weekend. And I hope to see you all at the next event.